Hey, it's Roy here, and today we are going to be doing a challenge which is recreating the iOS music app in Figma prototype. My name is Roy, I'm a web designer. If you do find the content useful, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get into the video. Hopefully you did last week's project, and recently I released a video which is the prototype for Alt Artist music app. So rather than do a whole brand new project for this week, we are doing a very simple prototype which is recreating the music iOS app. We're going to do some prototyping, some basic animation. We're going to use Smart Animate, some various components. We're going to keep it simple. And I thought this is a good little challenge because if you're starting out in design, how do you know what are the best designs, or how do you know the patterns? So one good way is to find popular apps or utility apps, and just look at how the animations are, how the interactions are, what the different type of screens they have. And the music app on Apple or iOS is a pretty good app to look at when it comes to music. So what we're going to do is just have another big gigantic look at our to-do list, and the challenge is to create a music iOS app prototype. And what we're going to do, just to speed things up, is we're going to grab a couple of things from Joey Banks' iOS 14 kits in Figma. We're going to get the status bar, tabs. We're going to do the home indicator. We're also going to create one image with text. We're going to create a variant. We're going to have 3 screens, which is the browse, list view, and detail view. We're going to have some scrolling as well. And in list view, I put a star there because there's an extra view which we're going to make use of Smart Animate. So you see that when we get to that point. Okay. So first things first, we are going to hit the F key, and we are then going to choose phone, but we're actually going to do it for iPhone 8. Okay, and then if you haven't already, with this Joey Banks iOS 14 UI kits, if you've published the library, so if I go here, you can publish the library, and if you're on a free Figma membership, which is what I am, you'll only get the styles, which is good enough. So if you publish that, you go back, and this project I've called auto layout because we're gonna kind of do little bits and pieces of auto layout. But first things first is we just go to fill, and what we're going to do is actually we have to get the pomo timer. Come on, keep forgetting to put the pomo timer. Again, it's very good to time box your work. Let's see if we can keep this under 30 minutes, even though we're 3 minutes in. Okay, so we got a frame, iPhone 8. We're going to go to fill. We are going to go to iOS 14. We're going to go to base dark. Okay, so what we're going to do as well is get the status bar and tabs. So here we are going to go and get the status bar and tabs. So I believe this one, which is dark, this one is the right one. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy, we're going to go in here, we're going to paste it. Okay, so we got that as an example. So I'm just going to actually not place that in there, just place it up here. We need to get the tabs. So for the tabs, we want to grab, let's just have 3. Okay, so we grab this one here, copy, we go back, we paste. This is just to show the basic elements or common components on the screen. And in here we're just going to very quickly get rid of the grid column, and these we're actually going to make them the grey 2, actually grey 1 maybe. or grey 1. And then the blues, we're actually going to make them white. So again, if I go to label color dark, and also make that, we're just going to make it pure white for now, so label dark. Okay, so we got those, and now we're going to just now the home indicator, now because I've been using that quite often, we're not actually having it as a home indicator. It's going to be a swipe down action on the detail view. So from memory, I'm going to create this from scratch. So we're going to do a frame, and actually, sorry, we're going to do a group. No, we can do a frame, and this is going to be width of 375 with a height of 35, and there is no fill. And we're just going to call that toggle, terrible name, and then in there we're going to create that line, and this is going to be, we are also going to make this white. So where is the white gone? The white is, there we are, and it's a height of 5 and 100 radius. We're going to make it 96 width, and we want this to be vertically in the middle of that frame. Okay, so hopefully that's pretty straightforward, and we're going to turn that into component, Alt Command K. Okay, so we got our main bits. So the next bits that we're going to do is an image. Okay, so the image is, we're going to start with a frame, and we're going to say 96, actually 96 times by 2. And what we're going to do for this one is we're going to give it a border radius of 16. We are going to fill it. So for now, we're not going to put any images. Just to keep it simple, we can have a simple linear gradient, and we can use the iOS 14 default colors. We're going to start with System Purple Dark, and then we're going to go to System Pink Dark. So that is pretty nice already. So that's one example. Now we're going to create a component, Alt Command K. We're just going to call this image. Let's just make that a capital T, and in there we are also going to add something else which I forgot to add actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the T, we're going to say title, and this is going to be the title of the song. So we can say, let's see if that's okay, title 3, okay. And is that too big? So we search for default, and we're going to go to, shall we say subhead, and we're going to copy and paste that, and this one is going to be footnote, description. Okay, now this one, if we can detach, we're just going to make that semi-bold, and for visual hierarchy we're going to make this the second grey, wherever that is. Let's see, so let's try that one. Actually they're going to have to be white, so this is going to be label color white, and then this will be probably the first grey. So system 01 light, but we actually want dark, so they're all dark. System background light secondary. Okay, so this is probably where I get it, dark secondary. Okay, I think that works. Okay, so you can't really see those, so let's just, there we go, that's better. So these two, we're going to do Shift A, and we are going to have no spacing, and what we're going to do there is we're going to go into each one, we're going to say fill container. Sorry, we're actually going to make a width first, fixed width of 375. Well, actually, do we want to? No, let's just leave that for now. And we are going to put this in that component. So if I drag it into the component, hopefully become a part of it, which it has. But this one, no, I've done that completely wrong actually. We actually don't want that to be a component anymore. So yeah, okay, let's see how we can do this. So can I copy paste, and if I delete that one, come back, doing this the long way, yeah, we can't. Wowzers. Okay, so let's start this again. We go to frame, and this is going to be 96 times by 2, and we are going to fill it with a linear gradient. So again, I'm making mistakes, right? When you're a designer, you're just trying to learn, get better, and the only way to do that is just to practice. That's just, there's no secret behind it. It is just practice. And here, maybe the rounded corner's a bit too big on that version, so let's say 16. And what we're going to do now is we are going to then combine these two into an auto layout. So Shift A, spacing is, let's say 8, so the 8-point grid. And this one we're going to do Alt Command K, and this will then be called image. We just delete that one, take that out. Ooh, why did it act like that? If I move it outside of the frame, okay. Actually, keep it in for now. And what we're going to do is we're just going to create a variant, and that variant is going to be a small version. And this small version is going to be 48 with an 8 border radius. And this small version is a list view, so we are just going to make it go to the right. We are going to vertically align it. We are going to make the spacing a bit bigger. And also we're going to make this width 375. And then we're going to make this fill container. This is quite painful, but this is good because it's nice and fluid if you end up designing this for iPad, for example, or a bigger screen. So that's quite nice. Okay, so we've got two versions. And what we also need to do for this is we need to have 16 pixels all round. So actually I did it wrong. So if I go here, 16, and that is pretty nice. So we've got a variant of the image, and now we are going to do 3 screens, which is the browse. Okay, so to do this, again, we've created a mini design system there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to create a frame. We're going to do iPhone 8. I'm just going to choose the color like this. And then I'm going to go to assets, and I'm going to go to challenge. Ooh. So where would this be hiding, to be fair? Okay, so I am going to drag this one over, and I'm going to drag this one over. And this one, ooh, I got the wrong one actually. We don't want that version actually. That is not the version we want. So let's go back. The version we want is a lot simpler than, is a much more simpler one. So where is that simple version? It is hiding here somewhere. So if I go all the way down, we just want the iOS 8 version, which is that one. So yeah, that looks like the right one. Come back, copy that. Okay, so I could just go Command D to duplicate it, Actually, it didn't let me duplicate it. Wow. Command D. Duplicate selection. Where did it go? There we go. Okay. For some reason it is there. Okay. Cool. Wow, lots of messing around. So, we'll drag that in. We'll left align it, go to the top. And then for this one, left align, and then bottom align. Okay. So, those are the main ingredients. And this is going to be the browse. And what we want to do now is we want to drag in one of these thumbnails. So we then go to concept, drag that component in. That is the wrong one. We want to drag in the right one, which is in challenge, sorry. So I've done a lot of different versions. That one is, here we are. Okay, so drag that in. And we're going to align this 16 pixels from the left and 16 pixels between the status and the title and the album cover. Okay, so we got those simple things, and then the next thing we're going to do, we are going to copy this, or duplicate it actually. Duplicate is a lot easier, and this one is going to be called the list view. So browse, and let's just label that list. And what we're going to do here is do it slightly different. So we are just going to make the background 0. We're going to change all these colors to white. So we want label color white, and we want white again. Oop, that was the wrong type I chose. Label color white. Here again we want white and white, and you'll see why in a minute. And we got white. Okay, so list view, this is then going to change into the variant 2, but before we do that, actually this is actually going to be a bigger view. So to do that, we're just going to go in here and will it respect that? Will it respect that? I really don't know. So what I'm trying to get at is, can I go into this frame? We want to make this bigger. Okay. If I get, so if I detach it, will it work? Why am I detaching it? Because I want to make this width bigger. So 375. Oop. Let's get rid of that. 375, keep the height at 192. We're going to go here, I'm going to say 0, 0, and this one we're going to line from the top like so. We're going to center back, and this one we're just going to increase that to 16, and this one we're also going to have that at 16 from the left, just as a quick example. Okay, so here we are going to hide that title. We're going to hide a couple of these things actually. Hide this one, hide this, we're going to call explore. This is also going to be called explore. And all of these we're going to hide as well. That one, we're actually going to make that 0 because it's pure black. And okay, so this will go to this view, and we're going to have the album, all the different songs. So now we're going to grab our, again we just drag this over, we change it to variant 2. I didn't name it properly, but we left align it, and then from here we're going to have a gap of 0, or we can make it a bigger gap. So let's say 24. Oop, that wasn't right, so select both, a gap of 24. Ooh, that's not working, is it? Oh, because it's the wrong one, gap of 24. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this. So Command D. Let's see how many times. Let's say 8 times. So we go to list view, wherever list view is hiding. So we're going to go Command D. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do Shift A, and that just immediately created a list view. How sweet is that? That's just super quick. And we need to then send that to back. What we can actually do here is something a bit different. We're going to say 50%, and we got that nice blur view. Wow, is that by default? It's got a nice blurry effect. Where's that coming from? Okay, this one we also need to change that to 50%. And what we're going to do is, just to make it a bit more different, we are just going to change the colors of each thumbnail. So we're probably going to speed this up, but we're just going to create gradients. Okay, so hopefully we're back in real time. We're just going to bring this height to 667. So 667. We're going to align this from the bottom. Ooh, why is that not working? That should align. Ooh, that's strange. That is very strange. Okay, so looks like I have to lock that one. I have to cut and paste, align that on the bottom, and just want to see, why does that have a blur? Okay, so it's already on the tab bar, which is pretty nice. Okay, so wow. So the next view, which I'll put a star in, the song is going to appear. It's going to slide up. So we're going to copy paste, and we are also going, actually no, what we need to do first is we need to bring in another list item. So go to assets, and we're going to change this to variant 2. We're going to left align, we're going to bottom align, and let's just see how this looks. So we're going to give this a fill, and it's going to be elevated. And this one we're not going to have any blur on there, and we're going to then bring this all the way down and hide it out of the view. Is that out? Okay, that looks like it's out. Okay, so 24 minutes, and we go back to layers. So here we got the image, which is there hiding 667. So what we need to do next is Command D, and this view is practically the same. The only difference is we're just going to move this up. So we're going to do -80, and this one is 49. So being accurate, -49. So that is going to appear above. And then the final view is, you're going to touch this song, there's going to be a detail view. So the way we're going to do that again is we're going to do Command D, and we're going to call this detail. And what this then does is, this big one here is going to disappear. This is also going to disappear, so I'm just hiding them. But I can't hide it because it's locked, so hide that. This is also, probably what we're going to do with that one is we're going to make it go away. So let's see how this works. So 667, that'll go down. And what's going to happen with this one is going to enlarge. So we're going to go here. Let's see if this works by detaching. Hopefully it does. So if I detach this one, I'm going to make this big. Or actually, I am going to make that stack. Just going to move it into the center. We're going to make this way bigger, so let's say 3 times 96, and what we need to then do is we need that to share our contents. No, hug contents. We need that to then say hug contents. Okay, great. And we go to the center. Okay, nice. Okay. However, this, we're going to increase this, so we're going to go all the way to the bottom. Go to, actually, let's just say 375 from the left and the bottom. We're probably going to make that a bit bigger. Let's say 600. Okay. Let's say 560. Align that to the bottom. Why are we doing this? You'll see in a minute. So in the padding on the top, we can say something like 40. Okay, let's say 60. Okay, so we've done that. This one, you won't be able to do anything. So let's just say go back to the list view. And then the last thing we need to grab is the toggle. So we find the toggle, which is in assets and there. So with that one, yeah, we actually have to lock everything. So if I go to the layers and lock this one and paste it, we are going to just align it around there to the left. Okay, nice. Okay, so we've done all our main components. So the last bit is we're going to actually connect them up and see how it works. Okay, so all right, before we do that, I just need to stretch a bit. Oh gosh, it's quite windy in the UK at the moment, so yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's try and connect these up and hopefully it will work out well. Moment of truth, I did detach some components, so I don't know if that's going to affect it, and it might. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to prototype. When you touch this, you are then going to go over to this view, and it's going to navigate to, we're going to do smart animate, but we actually do a custom, and we're going to make this 400. It's going to have that bounce effect, which is a, if you check out main toe at design code, very, very good teacher and resource. You want to check him out. 1.150, and this is a very nice custom animation that I think is pretty nice. So let me just copy that. And what we're going to do in this view, you're going to tap the first song. So if I go here and let me unlock everything, because I think I've locked it. So on the list view, we need to unlock. Okay, so if we tap this whole one, we're going to then go there, smart animate, and should we say 400? Let's leave it on 400 for now. This will then appear, and then if we tap on that, we'll go here, smart animate again, and then if we click on this, we're going to go back. This is a nice thing when you do a prototype, you can show the whole thing going back and forth, and this is when you can use the app Figma Mirror to then use it on the phone and test it out, which is what I did in the previous video. So yeah, that goes back, and if I hit explore, actually if I hit, this is locked as well, so if I unlock that, so let's say I tap a different song, this will then go back to this version. that'll be Smart Animate again, because then this will go back down. Also, if I tap here, can we go in? It'll go back. And if I tap on Explore again, it'll go back. Okay, so hopefully that's got quite a lot of the bits in there. And there's also the horizontal and scroll view, but let's test this bit out. Okay, I hope it's going to work. So let's just bring that. Oh, actually, yeah, that's the right place. So we go to play. Please work. Okay. Wow. Now we hit there. Nice. Did you see that go up? That is pretty sweet. And if we touch the first song, that bounces up. Wow, that should be behind everything. And if we touch that, bzz, whoa, you see how that worked? If I go back, wow, look at that. It just, ooh, interesting. I think what it's doing is using that one to go down. I mean, that works as well. I mean, the way it should work is it will actually be this going up, but we can't be too fussy. And then if I click another song, it will go down. Nice. Okay. So you can see for some reason there's a funny color going on there. I think because this goes, yeah. Anyway, that's quite nice. So, right, so if we go touch there, okay, so we need that to be from behind. So we actually need that to be bring to front. This one, yeah, not sure why it goes funny like that. But it's not the end of the world, is it? We're testing it out. This one is image, and this one, if I unlock, is also image. Ooh, so this really should go from there to there, but instead it decided to go from up there to there. Anyway, maybe that could work as well. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to do some horizontal and vertical scrolling. Okay, so the way to do that is quite easy. We can go here, and what we can do is we can just make sure that this is going to go all the way up here. We'll do the same for this one, all the way up. And if we go to list, we just make sure on prototype we say vertical scrolling, and here we do vertical scrolling. And let me just see if that even works. And that kind of works, but we just have to fix this. So all you have to then do is go to here and design, and we want it to fixed position. This is also fixed position. Okay, so let's see if that works on both. We go back to play. There we go, nice. That one has got a background for some reason. Should probably, and I think that might be the hidden one. I have a feeling that's the hidden one. So if I choose a song, yeah, I think that is why. That should be outside of it. Okay, go back. And this, which maybe I have to lock these layers again so it doesn't go funny. This should also probably be fixed when scrolling. Okay, I have a feeling that might be why. So let's see if that is right. Go back, got that lovely scroll, go on the first song, and it goes zzz. Okay, so that's obviously not perfect, probably because we don't want that bounce effect on it. Okay, so this is where things can go crazy. So if we go back here, go to prototype, and we click on this, we're not going to use smart, well, we're going to use Smart Animate, but we're just going to say ease in. And let's go back and let's just quickly see again how that looks. Okay, so that's not too bad. just a very simple slide in. Nice. Okay, go back, scroll. Yeah, so I have a feeling that that one there is the reason it's going a bit funny. So how do I actually resolve that? If we go here, and again I think I might have to lock those layers as well. If I lock it, let's try that again. Go to play, we scroll up. That's probably not it actually. So let's see why. Wow, so we are practically done, right? We just need to do the horizontal scrolling. It's just these tiny details of why that thing is going funky. So we need to go here, okay, which is fixed. Image, that one should not scroll, it should be fixed, if I'm correct. Okay, so let's just increase the view to see what's happening. So let's say 900. Okay, so there we go. If I just move that, okay, so that is now, I just moved that to the fixed area, and let's see if that resolves the issue. 667. Again, we're going to go to play, and hopefully we're not going to get that funny thing going on. There we go. Okay, nice, much better. And then hit the play. Okay, that's way better. Then we go back, play. I think it does that weird thing with the colors, not sure why, but it's not too bad. Then we hit play. Whew, and that's got that nice spring animation. We go back. Wow. And we go right back. Okay. We go in. Yeah, there's something going on there. Something to do with the colors. But that is pretty nice, right? And then the last thing we're going to do is a horizontal scroll. So I'm just going to Command D, and these two we're going to say, actually we're going to Command D twice. We are going to Shift A, Auto Layout, a spacing of 16. Again, we're going to go in and we're going to say we want this to be orange to yellow dark. And then the last one, you can't see it, but we can go here and we can go yellow dark to green dark. And this we want to horizontal scroll. So let's see if this will actually work. So if I go to frame, and I put the frame there, and I go to browse, and if I go to prototype, we're going to say that there will be horizontal scrolling. Okay, so let's try this out again. 40 minutes, we hit play, and I think we're practically there. Ooh, wowzers, look at that. That didn't work as we wanted it to. Go back, and this is actually quite a simple feature, but fix when scrolling. Do we want that to fix? We don't want it to fix. No, we want that to fix. And we want that to fix as well. Okay, we go to back here, let's play, let's see if that works. And there you go, nice. Okay, it's got that nice horizontal scrolling. We hit play, we check out the album. Actually, did that work? Oh, it's no longer going up and down. And because we made this into an auto layout, I have a feeling. If we go back, it has to be exactly the same. So if I minus the auto layout, go to browse, aha, yeah, it has to be exactly the same. So, ooh, I wonder how you would resolve that. What we're going to do is take it outside of that frame. Let's see if it works now. Play. Probably won't now. Ooh, you see that? Wowzers, came from there. Interesting. That is strange. This is where we're going to go in the depths of design, which we don't want to, right? And the reason, oh, that's why, because I took out the wrong, I always get mixed up with these orders. So this one needs to be outside. And now I'm pretty sure it's going to work. Zzz. Yes, it worked. Thank you. Zzz. Nice. Boom. Not happy with that weird color going on. Nice. Okay, so I think that probably does it, right? And not to worry, don't have to be perfect, but we demonstrated recreating a similar version to the iOS music app on the iPhone 8 or 7. And I think this is a really nice way to learn prototyping, animation, using different screens from a variant, a component, using the iOS 14 kit by Joey Banks, just playing around, and we created quite a nice, simple prototypes. Okay, so I'd like to share this with you and how I fixed this solution of the animation acting a bit strange when it goes to the wrong one. So just to give you an example, if I go to list view and share, so the issue here is if I'm already on the song, and if I click, it actually comes down, but we don't want that. We want it to go from here to here. And the simple solution is because there's two components or two elements on it that has the same name. So for example, this one, we actually need to call this, let's say, image detail. And this one, we should also call this image detail. And now if we play, it should go to the right one. So there we go. So that is way better. That's the intention, because this is like the album cover, this is the song cover, and this is what we want. So that is pretty nice. So just to show you from the beginning, we're going to go to an album and we're going to play the first song, and we want to check the song detail, and let's go back and let's explore again. So another thing that you can do is you can change the settings for your prototype, because if I go to prototype settings, I want the background to be white, for example, and the starting frame of the device, let's say the device is an iPhone 8, okay, and we want it to be not gold, let's say let's say silver, okay, let's say silver, and we go to play. So now it's gonna, yeah, there we go. Now it's going to look a lot more realistic. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'm pretty excited for next week's project. It's very similar to what we've done here, but we didn't do a massive project this week, but I think this is still effective, short and sweet. So I'll see you in the next video.